In this video, I'll show you tips on how to enter your observations more quickly. We all want to focus on the birds, not our phones. The classic way to enter data is to scroll down through the list of likely species until you find the species you are looking for. I can add one mallard to my list by tapping on the plus sign to the left of the name. But it takes a lot of time to scroll through the list and find what you're looking for. Instead, use the search bar at the top of the screen. The search bar gives you a prompt to enter the number and then the species name or code. Let's say I want to enter 2 Carolina wrens. I start by typing in the number of individuals, and then I start typing in the name. I can click on Carolina wren, and 2 are added to my list. For other species, you may want to start by typing a unique part of the name. Say, for example, you see a pair of American crow. A lot of species have the name American in it, so you might want to try typing in 2 crow instead, and that will bring up American crow, and you can quickly add that to your list. You can also use the 4-letter codes. Say, for example, I want to add 3 American goldfinch. I can start by typing in 3 and then the 4-letter code, which is AMGO, and American goldfinch shows up. If you see more individuals of the same species later on, simply repeat the process and the app automatically tallies the count for you. For example, if I see 23 Canada geese fly over at the beginning of my walk, I can enter 23 Canada geese. And then later on, when I see another flock of 16 geese, I can add 16 Canada geese. And it automatically sums my entries for me and gives me a total of 39. Once you start building your list, you might want to display only the birds that you've seen. I'm going to hide my keyboard, and on the bottom of the screen, I'm going to find the icon that looks like a check mark and shows me how many different species I've actually already entered on my checklist. In this case, 14 species. I'm going to click on that checklist, and now I get a list of only the species that I've observed on my list. When it's in this view, you can easily add one or a few individuals of species you've already seen by clicking on the number to the left of the name. For example, I can add 1 blue jay by tapping on the 4, or I can add 2 downies by tapping on the 1 twice. The other advantage to displaying the list this way is that you can easily see what breeding codes you've already entered for each species. You should record the highest breeding code for each species for each checklist. So if you're out and you see a gray catbird carrying nesting material near the start of your walk, as I've entered here, but later on you see one nest building, you can easily see what you've entered previously, and then you can quickly go in and update that code to nest building. One last handy tip is for entering comments. You can use your phone's built-in voice recognition software to enter comments. I'd like to add notes about my chickadees, and I want to say something about that I had a pair excavating the cavity. So you'll notice down on the bottom to the left of my spacebar, I have a little microphone symbol. I can click on that, and then it automatically gets added as your comments to that species. You can also do this for the checklist level comments to make notes on weather, where you went, or anything else that you noted. I hope these tips save you time in the field so you can focus on enjoying the birds.